Alright, welcome back. Show you where I'm at. I'm temporarily swapping out these 2x4s that keeps everything true with 2x6s. 2x6s are still loose right now. The reason being, I need these 2x4s. This is the gap between every barrel. So the barrel's gonna fit perfect in this gap with a 3.5-inch gap between each barrel to fit an exactly 20-foot dock with 18 barrels. The reason I need the 2x4s, I need to put T-braces, 2x4 vertical right here, all the way across on every one of these. And then I'm going to come back and move these 2x6s one by one on top of it. And it's going to make a strong, almost like an I-beam out of wood. 2x4 on the bottom, 2x6 on top, to where I have zero flex on this deck, because this will be a tri-tune, max weight of 4,000 pounds. If the customer wants to max it out, he asks for a tri-tune for a reason. So it's going to be heavy duty, and I've got just enough 2x6s and 2x4s to get this done. And then I'm going to cap it with 2x8s after I secure the barrels. So I set up a light in the tree, down to buy a thing, a light in the tree. I'm going to try to work tonight until I get all this bracing done. That way tomorrow I can put barrels on and secure barrels, then put my 2x8 capping all the way around. That way the only thing that's left, which doesn't sound like a lot, the staggered deck boards and my tow rails and cleats. Catch y'all on the next one. Floating dock, I haven't been advertising, but I had an ad running Facebook Marketplace. A guy in Mississippi found it. He wants a 8x20 tri-tune. Gave him a quote. He's happy with it. So I went to pick up my lumber this morning. This is all the lumber for the main frame. I still gotta pick the deck boards, and I gotta get 18 barrels, which I already have. 18 barrels are going on this one. It's gonna hold a total weight of 4,000 pounds at halfway submerged. So this is one row of barrels, 19-inch spread between the 2x6s. Another row of barrels, 19-inch spread between the 2x6s. Another row of barrels, 19 between the 2x6s. There's 3 rows of 6. These braces you see across is temporary. It's all screwed down. I got everything squared up, everything where it needs to be. Keep it nice and true. That's the hardest part, is getting everything square. So what I do, once I get all these 2x6s together, I square it up by measuring from corner to corner and that corner to that corner. You measure an X pattern, and I came up at the 255.5 on both sides. That means it's square. Not 100% square, but it's probably about 98% square. So once I got the outer frame square, I drop these 2x4s on top. I start securing just one side of 2x4s all the way across one side, and then I go to the other outside edge 2x4, and I measure across. I'm 94 inches wide on the back and the front, so I measure 94 inches and I adjust this board to my 94-inch mark. Screw it on down the line, 94 inches. So it keeps 94 inches all the way down, and it keeps my square. And once I got the outside screwed, I start measuring the next inside 2x6. 19 inches is the distance I need from the inside to inside. That's the perfect distance for a 55-gallon barrel. The radius to curve, and the barrel just touches the deck and sits nicely on the 2x6 runners. So I go 19 inches, secure it. 19 secure, 19 secure, and on down the line. Then I go to the other side, I do the same thing. I do this one 19 inches all the way down. And when it comes to the insides, I measure from the inside to the outside, and it gave me 37, about 37 3/8 of an inch. So I set this inside edge 37 3/8 of an inch all the way down, and then this side is also happens to be 37 3/8 of an inch all the way down. That keeps everything true and square. These are temporary braces. They're going to remain on here until I put my cross bracing in between. Once I find where my barrel falls, which should be somewhere right here, I'm going to run a 2x6 between every barrel. 2x6 here, 2x6 here, 2x6 there, all the way across. And then I'm going to cap it with a 2x6 on top to make a strong T-brace. And that's going to give me my strength for these 20-foot runners. Now, like I said, it's been a while since I've done a floating dock. I built 13 last year, and 13 in the past year, not a year like from January to December. In the past year of building, I built 13. It's probably been a good 6 months or more since I built one, because I've been focusing on the houseboat. So right now I'm build this Tri-Tune, put the barrels on. I expect to be done 4 more days of work. But with that said, I don't have 4 open days of work. I do have a regular job I have to attend to. I'm gonna have to take care of that, and I do have a doctor's appointment. So within a week and a half, this will be ready for the customer to either pick up or deliver. The customer has to decide if he wants me to deliver it to Mississippi for a fee, or if he's gonna come pick it up. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But this will be the first Tri-Tune floating dock I build. I've been advertising I can build a Tri-Tune. I just haven't built one. This will be the first Tri-Tune. Like I said, it can hold 4,000 pounds to get halfway submerged, and that's deducting its own weight. It's going to weigh about 1,000 pounds, so you're looking about 3,000 pounds of payload to get to half capacity. And you can hold more than that. The math on the barrels hold 8,000 pounds, 18 barrels before being completely submerged. And our target weight for safety, 4,000. But like I said, you can't hold more, because my houseboat weighs 4,000 on 18 barrels, and I can still put cargo in 4 adults, and it barely changes anything. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank y'all for viewing. Slow progress, but it's progress. Everything's where it needs to be. The distance between this 2x4 and here is 35.5 inches. That's exactly what the barrels I have need. 35.5 inches. Some barrels are 36 inches, some barrels are 34. The barrels I have are 35.5. Now, in this row is where barrels are going. I have a T-brace. This is going to lock the barrels in where they can't move, and it forms like an I-beam structure out of 2x6s and 2x4s. Did not T-brace this one, but I could, but I don't see a need. Another row of barrels. Every row of barrels is T-braced. Not braced, T-brace. So it's a Tri-Tune. This thing's heavy, solid. It's going to last a long time. This one's going to support at least 4,000 pounds. I'll get back to you when I have more progress. I guess my next step is to decide if I'm going to T-brace the empty cavities. I don't see a need to, but I can. It won't hurt nothing. It's just going to take maybe two more 2x4s and another 2 hours of work to add that in, but I don't think it needs it. So I think my next step is to start putting barrels on. I've got my barrels over there. I'm gonna go clean them and seal them up. So yeah, next step's putting barrels. Appreciate y'all tuning in. See you in a little bit. All right, all the barrels are wedged in there tight. Those little T-braces wedge the barrel. Now once I run my straps and secure it and put 1.5 psi of air, these barrels are never coming out. They're captured in there. It really is a great design. I'm not just saying that because I designed it. I built, this is the 14th or 15th dock I built. Never had an issue or a complaint. I've got some docks that have been out there for a year. One's been at a water park all summer. Not a single complaint. This is the way I build them. Heavy duty. I guess it's time for me to start strapping down. I guess it'd be just as easy on the ground as it would be on the trailer. Yep, let me get to it. All right, progress. All the barrels are strapped except for the last 3 straps on both sides. I have to remove my 2x6 to put those Let me see if I put valve stems on. Now I'm in the process of flipping her over, lift her up, put her back on the trailer. Lots of hard work. My hands don't work like they used to. Another problem for another day. Let me get to work trying to beat the sun. At least get her flipped over. I like to have her on the trailer tonight. Just like that, she's back on the trailer. It was so easy. It was not. So again, I got the 6 ends to strap, 3 on this side, 3 on that side. And I can start on the deck. Tri-tune's going well. Already capped my 2x6 frame with 2x8 all the way around the outside. Tri-tune, as usual, she is solid. T-bracing, I think every 38 inches has a T-brace to minimize flex. Stainless steel strapping, and the barrels are wedged in the frame via 2x4 between each barrel, and then you can see how they swole. I inflated 2 psi. The barrels are wedged in there. Even if I remove the straps, the barrel's not falling out. But the purpose of the straps is just to hold it while it's out of the water. And once it's in the water, you can cut the straps. The barrel's not coming out unless you're hitting 3-foot swells. But this is going in a pond in Mississippi. And you can see how solid she is. This is but every 17 inches, 2x6. Deck boards will not flex with this design. The customer wanted a heavy duty dock Tri-tune. I've already mentioned it's going to hold 4,000 pounds easily at half capacity. The next step is deck boards, but this is the foundation. She is solid. I better roll a truck across this one. Small truck, you know, the weight. A small truck weighs about 4,000 pounds. Full-size trucks in the 6,000 pound range. It can handle it, but I personally wouldn't try it. Not that I'm not confident. I don't want to risk losing my truck. I'll get back to you when I got more. You see all the stainless steel straps are on there. All the barrels are inflated. This thing is heavy duty. It's 8 by 20 foot. All right, getting closer. She's completely decked over. She's gonna be 8 foot 1 inch by 20 1/8 in length. I've got to do my cut back, add my toe rails, my cleats, and then spend a whole day sanding. And she's ready for delivery. It's 8 by 20 heavy duty Tri-tune staggered deck board. Weighs about 1,000 pounds. Thank y'all for viewing. All right, deck is sanded. This is how I make my toe rails. This is a 2x6 I cut in half. There's two 10-foot 2x6s cut in half, and then I cut a 1 inch by 3/4 strip out, and I cut a 3/4 inch setback on all my deck boards. That way, this toe rail, the capping is flush with the sides and protects the edge of the deck board. The 2x6 is probably tougher wood than a deck board is. That's how I do it. Definitely see the difference, right? Getting there. Well, she's done. The build has come to an end. Tri-Tune 8 foot 1 inch by 20 1/8, 8 inch cleats, all treated, 2x6 mainframe capped with 2x8s, and I believe 36 or 38 deck boards. Added tow rails, scupper hose for water to drain just on the last board. I need to add hose. If not, it's going to rot the first board around the perimeter is going to rot from standing water. Did have a few issues with the width of the deck boards. Okay. Had to split the difference. Some deck boards are wider than others. Some are actually thicker than others. And this is all bought from the same batch. I've done what I could with what I had. On the weekend, it's hard to find good lumber. Yeah, I may go do a test float just to get a little video and a picture of it in the water, but I already know how it's going to float. My houseboat's on 18 barrels. This is on 18 barrels. My houseboat weighs 4,000 pounds and it floats halfway submerged. This is probably going to have a draft of maybe 3 to 4 inches. Weighs about 1,000 pounds.